Hi, welcome back. My name is Chris, and this is Bull Bear Brew for March 13th, 2011. Without further ado, go ahead and grab your glasses. You've already seen the disclaimer. You've probably seen a few of these shows, hopefully. But I'm not anything to do with money. I don't want to help you with money. I'm not here to do any sort of financial advice at all. I just like to drink, enjoy a good microbrew here and there, and I enjoy going through my trading diaries and trying to find some decent trades. So if you want to follow over my shoulder, it's entirely up to you and at your own risk. Without further ado, grab your glasses. It is time to review the brew. Okay, today's brew is a little New York, I'm going to say favorite, who knows, it's got to be at least for Brooklyn, because it is from the Brooklyn Brewery. This is Brooklyn Brown Ale. So you got Brooklyn Brown Ale, nice little cap on the top there. All right, this is, let's reach it real quick, rich mahogany in color. Brooklyn Brown Ale is richer and hoppier than its mild and malty English forebears. Chocolate and coffee flavors punctuate the roasty malt background. Brooklyn Brown is brewed with malted barley, hops, water, and yeast, and will taste best before the freshness date indicated. Always a good thing to have a freshness date. I'm pretty sure we're good on the freshness date. I'm gonna assume we're good on the freshness date. Okay, let's go ahead and give this a little pop top here. I'm stuttering and I haven't even drank yet. Okay, here we go. Okay. And we'll give it a pour. All right, not too terribly fizzy, but a decent head nonetheless. So there you go, the Brooklyn Brown Ale. Okay, a little darker than what I was expecting, believe it or not. Didn't think this isn't obviously as dark as a Guinness, but it's pretty good. All right. So now I'm going for the chocolate and the coffee. I'm gonna try to smell for that, get some aroma here. Not too bad. All right. First taste is definitely, I think, more chocolate than coffee. But that's pretty good. So I like the Brooklyn Brown Ale. I have to admit, I don't really not like many beers. I'll at least have one, but this is something I would have more than one of. This is something I could go out to some friends, go out to the bar, hang out, and make a night of it. And again, the chocolate's there. There's not a lot of hoppiness. There's a little bit of maltiness to it. It's just a little bit high on the carbonation, but again, not too bad. So that's that. Brooklyn Brown Ale by the Brooklyn Brewery. Now, let's check out the Bull and the Bear. Okay, first up we have Citigroup. Now this was initially, I thought, maybe possible buy around 420 back in February, a couple weeks back. For now, I'm going to keep it at that. I don't see anything that has to happen this week, so I'm going to keep that going up. Here's a new one, CIGX. Now this looks pretty good on the monthly. Wow, look at that. They had a week. Tobacco cigarettes. Interesting to have such a huge jump. A lot of that happened on the day, so this, I'm not sure what caused this, but for now I'd like to see this come back probably near 2. So at this point, let's put in here, this one's got to come back around 2. All right, so look near 2. Next, Chimera Investment 213. We said to hold off. This was because it was a runaway bull and is starting to taper down a little bit, but still a little too early to tell. Because if that weekly turns, then momentum's in the wrong direction. So I'm going to hold off on this one. CPST looking for around $1. Still hasn't come down to that. And oversold, starting to come down a little bit on the daily, but I like to see the weekly catch up, so I'm going to keep that off. DPTR Delta A trap is currently set at 90, so I've got a buy because I typically only go buying for the bull route. So in this case, I've got a buy set at 90 cents. Didn't get triggered. I thought it might actually last week. It came close. In fact, I thought it was going to. Look at this. These last 2 days, the low was on 93 and 93 on both those days. So this could bounce back up, but I think it's got some room. It might even hit 85, and I could theoretically pull that down. However, I'm not gonna. I like it at 90, so we're gonna keep it at 90 for now. Okay, DRYS, waiting for a pullback. The pullback has started. The monthly looks like it might be taken back. So, I don't know, based on the strength of those, I'm gonna wait for that pullback to continue. Eastman Kodak, we said room to fall at the end of January. Clearly that has happened and continues to happen. Looks like it will continue to happen past that. I'm not a fan of Eastman Kodak, so we're gonna keep that off for now. ENER, pegged. This is horrible. Lots of room to fall. There you go. Big giant gap. Something's going on with here, so I'm gonna say lots of room to fall. Stay away from that. So we'll wait for that. Fuel Cell Energy, FCEL. This is a new one to our chart, and this maybe a little bit of a pullback and could be interesting. Maybe. You know what? This could be interesting at around $1.75, and I would look to take a look at it there. So maybe look at $1.75 and we'll take a look. LVLT, I currently have a trap set on this one. I've had it for a little while, obviously, since the end of February. Still think it's a strong potential trade. We're starting to see some things come back. It may not hit where I want it to hit, which is currently at $1.25. I think that would still be a very conservative trade. And I also don't want to get caught on chasing this. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it at $1.25. See if we can't take advantage of some volatility. All right. Rite Aid also have a trap set. This is set at $1.05 on the weekly. Now this weekly chart I'm not a huge fan of. But I'm going to keep this trade active. But this one I'm considering pulling off. For two reasons. One is I've had it for a while and it still hasn't triggered, and the goal is not just to, once a trap's set, you can obviously take them back out of the water, but in this case I'm not a huge fan of this weekly if it starts affecting the monthly, and I really won't know that probably till the end of March, but I'm going to keep this for now and we'll see what happens. But as it gets close to that 105, I'm really going to start considering that and seeing if that needs to really trigger, or should I just pull it out of the water before it gets set. So we'll take a look. RAME, this is RAM Energy Systems, R-A-M-E. Now this is a trap at 175. And I like this one again just because it has such a stretch to it. So early in the month that this thing take off. Daily still got some room to fall. Still potentially could happen. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But right now I'm going to keep that trap set at $1.75, especially because it is so early in the month. If this triggers this week, I think it would still be a pretty good potential buy. But again, that's another one in a week or two. If that's not triggered, I may look to pull that back out of the water. SATC, this is Satcom Technology. Not a fan of this at all. Monthlies, dailies, everything looks pegged, so I'm going to call this another room to fall. And SHZ, this is another new one. Monthly is not overly impressive. Weekly is not impressive. Daily, potentially, but this has got some volatility to it. This one swings a lot. So for now, I'm going to say hold off. But I'm going to take a look, and we're going to see. I'm going to say maybe near 280, just to see what happens. And then SIRI, Sirius XM, we thought perhaps $1.50. Chart's still pretty bullish. The weekly's still bullish. The daily's still bullish. So I still want this to pull back for now. So I'm going to keep that call on there. And then SNV, this is on a nosedive right now. And the monthly's starting to turn a little bit. The weekly's tearing down. Not a fan of the daily. I still don't like this one. So this might bump up a little bit, but then I think it comes back down. So we'll hold off for that. So that is it for the bull and the bear. So any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them either on Facebook or the comments underneath this particular post. Always appreciate any advice you have, especially when it comes to which microbrew I should try next. That's it. We will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care.